Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Will, and in this video I'm going to be going over the Hilton Aspire card and giving you guys a little review after having the card for 1 full year. So I'm gonna go over the card's benefits, the personal value that I got in my first year, and my thought process analysis that I'm going through right now in order to determine whether or not I want to keep it going into my second year. Now, before all that, if you're new to this channel, I go over travel reward credit cards to help you guys travel more for less. So consider hitting that little red subscribe button for more videos. So the Hilton Aspire card is a premium hotel credit card, which has a premium annual fee of $450. Now, this is not waived in your first year, so just be prepared if you're applying for this card to have to come out of pocket on your first statement that you get with this card. The first major benefit is, of course, the sign-up bonus that you get with this card. It's 150,000 Hilton reward points once you spend $4,000 within the first 3 months. Now, Hilton Honors points are worth about 0.6 cents per point according to the Point Guide blog at the time of this video. Now, that valuation is completely subjective. If you're not familiar with how they come up with these valuations, I'm gonna throw a slide up on the screen right now just for a few seconds. Hit that pause button, read through it, and I'll show you how they come up with that valuation. So now that you've read through that, you see how they come up with those valuations. Again, it is completely subjective. It depends on where you're traveling to, when you're traveling to. A lot of things come into play when it comes to the valuations for all of these travel reward credit cards. Now, for me personally, I have seen the valuation for Hilton Honors points go all the way up to 0.8 cents per point. But just for the sake of this video, for the calculations that we're gonna be doing, I'm just gonna stick to the average that the point guy is giving us of 0.6 cents per point. So in saying all that, that 150,000 sign-up bonus is gonna be worth about $900 when you redeem it for your hotel stay. So you can see already right there, you're getting about 2 years worth of value from that annual fee just with the sign-up bonus. But of course, there are other benefits that the card does have to really offset the annual fee that you're gonna be paying. Moving on to the points that you earn with your spend with the card, you're of course accumulating Hilton Honors points, but you're gonna get 14 points back when you book any Hilton hotels or resorts with the card. You can get 7 points back at US restaurants, 7 points back when you book any flights directly with the airline or through Amex Travel, 7 points back at select car rental locations, and then you get 3x back on everything else. Now, when we apply that 0.6 cents per point valuation to these multipliers, you'll see that that 14 points back that you get when you redeem them for your actual hotel stay, you're going to be getting about 8.4% back on return on your spend. For the 7X categories, you're going to be getting just a little over 4% return on your spend when you use those points for your hotel stay. And then that 3X category is going to give you about 1.8% return on your spend when you use those points towards your hotel stays. Next major benefit that we have is Diamond status. So you're going to get Hilton's highest status that they offer. So with Diamond status, you get a few benefits, but some of the main ones are going to be the free breakfast that you get. You're going to get 20 points back for every dollar that you spend on your stay. So that it will actually be on top of the 14 points back that you get if you use your credit card. You're going to get late checkout. You're going to get possible room or suite upgrades depending on the property that you're staying at. Some of the smaller properties really don't offer those upgrades, but some of the more resorts, and especially if you're abroad, do offer those upgrades if they're available. And then you're going to have premium Wi-Fi. So you're going to have one step up on the Wi-Fi depending on if the hotel actually has that. The next major benefit that we have with this card is the weekend night reward. So this is a free night that you get with this card, and you get it in your first year, which is definitely a great deal because a lot of hotel credit cards may not give you a free night until you hit your anniversary. So you're gonna have this in your first year, and it does renew every year after that. Now, this only works for hotels that have a standard room rate. So just keep that in mind. If you're booking a Hilton hotel, you'll see that they have standard room rates and they'll have premium room rates. It's only gonna work for a Hilton that has a standard room rate at the time that you're looking. Now, there are only a few hotels that are excluded from this, and I'll leave a link down in the description below for that list, but it's a very, very short list for the amount of properties that Hilton has. So this is definitely a great benefit here. Now, the next benefit that we have is the $250 $250 resort statement credit. Now, as the name implies, this only works for Hilton resorts. So if you go to hilton.com/resorts, those are all the properties where you can use this statement credit. Now, it does count towards your room rate. However, there is one rate where it doesn't count, and that is the advanced purchase. So if you're looking at a Hilton property and it has that advanced purchase option, it's usually non-refundable and it's discounted. It is not going to trigger this statement credit. So just keep that in mind. However, if you are staying at a property that is going to take a deposit when you check out, it's usually just one night, I believe, where the deposit is. That deposit does trigger the statement credit. So deposits do trigger it. This advance rate does not trigger it. So just keep that in mind, guys. Moving on, we have the $250 airline fee credit. Now, I've done a completely separate video on this, and I'll link it up here. I'll go into a lot more detail and some grievances I have with this airline fee credit. But I'll say this right now, it does not really work with your airline ticket. And I say really because there are some workarounds that you can actually use this for an airline ticket. But for the most part, it doesn't work for your airline ticket. So you choose an airline, and then when you make any purchases with that airline, you can get credited back up to $250 every calendar year. So these fees include your checked baggage, if you want to buy any food or drinks on the plane, if you want to maybe change your ticket, it covers those type of fees. If you want to buy a lounge pass for the airline, if you want to maybe buy premium economy seats, it also works for that. So it works for a lot of those things, but not your actual airline ticket. Now, someone in my last video said they thought they heard that it did work for some airline tickets. So the workarounds for this, at least at the time of this video, this is subject to change. So be sure to do your own due diligence before you actually try to do this. But for Southwest, it does count if you actually buy a ticket below $100. That will trigger the airline fee credit. Say you have a ticket that costs $150. Well, if you buy a gift card for, say, $50 and then pay the rest with the Aspire card, that should also trigger the credit as well. And then for Delta, it's pretty much if you buy a gift card and make a purchase or part of the purchase with that gift card and then pay the remaining balance with the Hilton Aspire card, that should also trigger the credit as well. Again, this could change in the future if you are watching in the future, so do a little due diligence. Flyer Talk Forums is definitely a great website that you can go to, and I'll link that down in the description below. They usually have all the updated info on those little workarounds, so check that out. The next benefit that we have is not a benefit that I can actually call a benefit, and it's on the website. I just wanted to, kind of call it out, and that is the $100 Waldorf/Conrad property credit. And you get this when you stay at any of those properties for 2 nights, at least 2 nights. And the way that it works is that you do have to book a special rate. As a Hilton Aspire rate, you got to give them a code. You have to call in, you have to give them a code and let them know. And from what I've seen is that this actually costs more than what you would normally pay if you were just to book the hotel just directly online. So you're paying more in order to get a statement credit, but it just seems like it'd be a wash. I think the example that this guy stayed at, he said he paid $50 additional per night. So 2 nights, that's $100. So you're really not getting anything from that Hilton or this Waldorf $100 credit or Conrad credit. So yeah, I'm not gonna really call this a benefit. And you really probably shouldn't look at this as a reason to get this card. I know $100 credit sounds nice, but again, doesn't really seem to be too good of a deal here. Now, if you are someone that does have better of experience with this, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to pin that as a data point in the comments so others can see it. The next major benefit that you get with this card is the Priority Pass Select membership. So this is a membership to a pretty large airport lounge network. And it's the same membership that you get with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. The Amex Platinum card also has this membership as well. So definitely a good benefit here. And it also allows you to bring up to 2 guests with you. Now, finally, the last benefit that we have is actually a benefit that you get across multiple Amex cards, and that is what we call Amex Offers. So Amex Offers allows you to add different type of offers to your credit card that will give you discount at online retailers and shopping, restaurants, even hotel stays will give you discounts as well. So I just wanted to include that in there because I did get some benefit with that. So in fact, let's go ahead and jump into all of the value that I got with this card in my first year. All right, so looking at the value that I got with this card in my first year, of course I got the sign-up bonus worth $900. Now, I actually haven't used any of those points yet, so I'm kind of saving those up for something else. Not sure what yet. I just haven't had the opportunity to actually use them, but I really do want to focus on the benefits that I get regularly on the annual fee that I had to pay. So the first one for me is going to be that diamond status. Now, I only stayed at one Hilton property during its entire first year with this card, and that was like a DoubleTree, I believe, that I stayed in when I was traveling for work. So I really didn't get too much benefit from that diamond status. Now, I didn't get any free breakfast. I did get the 20x points on my stay. Didn't really use that late checkout or anything like that. No suite upgrades or anything. So diamond status directly did not impact my valuation with this card, but indirectly it did kind of work out. So what I mean by indirectly is that I was able to match my diamond status to Caesars hotels. So I've done a video on this, I'll link it up here, but I did travel to Las Vegas last May and I did have my Caesars diamond status, which definitely helped out a lot. So with that, I got a $100 dinner. I got what I would call a restaurant speed pass. So this pretty much allowed me to go to Caesars restaurants and pretty much skip the line. So I pretty much saved maybe like 2 hours probably not having to wait in line. So I personally value that at maybe like 20 bucks. So I would say I got about $120 indirectly using my diamond status, so not too bad there. The next benefits that we have are gonna be the weekend night reward, the $250 resort statement credit, and the Amex Offers. So I use all these benefits for one stay that I have coming up this May in Orlando. So I haven't even stayed there yet, but luckily when I booked this hotel, which is the Waldorf down in Orlando, it did charge me a one-night deposit. So again, that deposit does trigger the resort statement credit, but advance payments or advance rates do not. So deposits are okay, advance rates not. So again, keep that in mind if you're trying to book a hotel. So I did get hit by the deposit. It did trigger the resort statement credit, and I was able to use that weekend night reward for my second night. And that room was going for about $391 after taxes. And be sure you include your taxes when you're trying to calculate how much that you're actually getting out of value. Some people just look at the base rate and don't include the taxes or any of the resort fees or anything like that. So altogether, it's about $391 of value that I got with my weekend night reward. And in addition to that, I got an Amex offer for a Waldorf hotel stay. So I got an additional $60 off. So in total, I think I'm paying about $80 for 2 nights at the Waldorf down in Orlando. So pretty good value there. Now moving on, we had that $250 airline fee credit, and I was able to take full advantage of this. So it was kind of very last minute. I was going through the entire year 2019 thinking I wasn't going to be able to use it because I didn't have any flights planned or anything like that other than the ones that I've already booked. But my flight to Japan that I'm taking just in a few weeks just recently changed just a couple weeks ago in January. So it changed from Japan Airlines for one of the legs, either to or from Japan. I can't remember which one, but changed from Japan Airlines to American Airlines. So since American Airlines is one of the airlines where you can use your credit, I upgraded my economy seats to premium economy seats. So that was very easy to do. I mean, I think it cost us about $270. And so, we got that full $250 credit for that. So again, it's very last minute, but since I used this credit in January, that does mean I'm not going to be able to use it for the remaining of 2020, even though my annual fee is going to renew. So that kind of sucks. So I probably won't be able to use it for my second year, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, the final 2 benefits we have are going to be that $100 Waldorf and Conrad property credit. Didn't stay at any of those properties in my first year, so no value out of that. And then we had the Priority Pass Select membership. I already had this on my Chase Sapphire Reserve card, so I don't really value this on my Hilton Aspire card. So the total amount of value that I got with my Hilton Aspire card in my first year was $1,071, and that does not include the sign-up bonus. So that is more than twice the annual fee. So tremendous amount of value with that in the first year. And then when you include the sign-up bonus, although I haven't used the points yet, worth roughly around $900. That's a total of $1,900, almost $2,000 essentially, with this card in my first year. Now, that's the first year. So what about the second year? So the way that I'm thinking about this is pretty much, what trips do I think I'm going to be taking in the second year where I can really use this credit card and justify that $450 annual fee. So right now, just thinking about my schedule, I don't really have anything on the books right now. So, I'm going to Japan next month. That's going to be paid using my Hyatt points. I've already booked that. I'm probably going to Athens in like August or September. And I don't think there are any Hilton properties that we are going to be staying at when we go there. And that's pretty much it. Those are the 2 big vacations that we have planned. So We may do some smaller vacations, a couple road trips to maybe Myrtle Beach, or we might go back down to Orlando later in the year, or we may do another little Caribbean trip sometime in the early winter time. So those are possibles, those are maybes, but nothing in stone yet. So I really don't know if I'm going to be able to take advantage of these benefits going into my second year. And again, I've already used that $250 airline fee credit, so that is a big credit that I'm not going to be able to take advantage of. The way that I think I'm going to do this, since I got so much value with this card in my first year, without even having to touch the sign-up bonus, I'm going to assign the sign-up bonus to my second year to kind of justify that annual fee. Again, I got $1,000 in my first year without the sign-up bonus, so I can assign a $900 worth of value in my second year to kind of spread it out, right? So, that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, and I think I'll be able to use these benefits, at least a week and night reward and the resort statement credit in my second year if we do one of these road trips. So hopefully, fingers crossed, definitely fingers crossed. But that's my thinking. That's kind of how you guys have to think about it. Just think about possible vacations that you may want to take, what's going to be likely, that you're actually going to do, and then decide on whether or not you want to get this card or keep it or downgrade it or whatever. But that is pretty much, that's my thinking about it. So let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you guys think about the Hilton Aspire card. Do you have it? Are you going to keep it in your second year? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about it. And that's pretty much all I got for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, be sure to smash that like button. It really helps the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Sub for more videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.